Hello everyone, so today's recipe is Nigerian chin chin and I will be showing you two different methods. One is the fried version, which is the more popular one, and the other one is the baked version, which is a bit healthier. And if you'd like to know how to make this, then please keep watching. So the first thing I will be doing, as usual with all of my baking and flour recipes, is to sift my flour. So I will be using a bit of plain flour, granulated sugar. I'm using caster sugar actually, but you can also use granulated, cinnamon powder, baking powder, and some salt. And I'm going to very gently sift the dry ingredients into the bowl. And for the ingredients list and measurements, they are in the description box below. And at this time, I'm going to go in with my eggs. I'm using 2 eggs. And I'm also going to add in some melted butter. So I'm just going to fold in the eggs and the butter using my spatula. And then I will switch to my hands and I will continue to mix until I achieve a crumbly texture. And at this time, I'm going to gradually add in the milk. I will not be adding all the milk at the same time, just so I can control the consistency, and I will continue to fold. And then I will transfer onto a clean surface and begin to knead until I achieve a non-sticky dough. And now I'm just going to place the dough into a bowl and I will leave to rest for about 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, I'm going to transfer the dough back onto the clean surface and I'm going to divide it into 2 so it's easier to roll. And I'm going to flour my surface a bit just so the dough does not stick onto the surface. And now I'm just going to roll the dough as much as I can, and the size is going to depend on your preference actually. And I prefer my chin chin a bit chunky, so I'm going to do I think about half a centimeter, and then using a pizza cutter I'm going to cut the dough into shape. I should mention at this point that the thinner you slice your dough, the crunchier the chin chin. So if you like your chin chin really crunchy, then you should be doing really thin slices, but if you prefer it kind of softer or kind of in between, then you should do bigger slices. Now it's time to fry the chin chin, and I've got some oil heating up, vegetable oil, and ideally it should be somewhere between 150 and 160 degrees Celsius. And I'm just going to gradually add in the chin chin, and you don't need to bother about them sticking together because at some point during the frying process they will separate. And I will continue to fry this until I achieve my desired color, and it should take somewhere between 5 to 6 minutes. And I will also continue to move the chin chin around just so they are evenly fried. And at this time, I'm just going to transfer the chin chin onto a colander. And I should mention at this point that once you finish frying the chin chin, they're going to be a bit soft, but never mind, they will harden up with time. They just need a bit of air, so just give it about 3 to 5 minutes and they will begin to harden up and be crunchy. So here you have it, my crunchy chin chin. Now for the baked version, it's the same recipe and nothing has changed. I'm just going to line a baking tray with some parchment paper and I'm going to transfer the chin chin onto the tray, and I will space them out just so they don't overlap. And once that is done, I'm just going to place them in a preheated oven My oven is preheated to 170 degrees Celsius, and I'm just going to bake them for 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, I'm going to take the chin chin out of the oven and I'm going to separate them using my fingers. You can also use a spatula, but I'm using my hands because they are heat proof. And now I'm just going to rub them lightly with oil. I'm just using like a quarter of a teaspoon. I know it defeats the purpose of, of not frying, but I want them to look nice because if I don't do this, it's just going to come out really, really dry. So it's something you can skip. You don't have to do the same. And then I'm going to place them back in the oven and I'm going to bake for another 20 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. And this is what it looks like. Similar to the fried version, this is also going to come out a bit soft once it's baked, but after a while it's going to harden up. So which one do you prefer, the fried version or the baked version? I prefer the fried version. And because for some reason the baked one reminds me of Temitope biscuits. If you grew up in Nigeria as an Ajapaki, you would definitely know Temitope biscuits. They were very, very fitting. They were kind of like, I don't know, but they're very similar anyway, but they're sweeter and crunchier. So that's me done for today. And have you enjoyed this recipe? Then please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.